quietening and bringing to focus the mind through the Shanti mantras, becoming aware of the purpose through the Sankalpa, invoking the divine grace through Shanti mantra. Then the main purpose of studying the Upanishad with Bhashyam, Vedic chanting, Dhyanapurvaka mantrocharanam, common sense thought. These are the 7 sadhanas we have been given by the Lord to do every day, earnestly, honestly, sincerely, seriously. We are trying. Through that, the Parabrahma Ishvara, Jagannatha, Devatagana, Gurugana, Shastragana Kripa, we are trying to invoke. Also, to strengthen our personality, to divinize our personality, to be worthy of this Adhyatmika sadhana and pragati, so too our presence should be an asset to the world around. The Upanishad we took up is Chandogya, wonderful Upanishad of Samaveda. We are going through the most profound, most complete, and therefore very important of the Shanti mantras. Let's continue. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastante, Shante, Shante. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Bhakti, Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya, Kartrubhyo, Vamsharashibhyo, Mahadbhyo, Namo Gurubhyaha. Om Yairime Guruvihi Purvam, Padavakya Pramanataha, Vyakhyataha Sarva, Vedantaha, Tan Nityam Pranatosmyaham. Om Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Vishaje Bhavaroginam Gurave Sarva Lokanam Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasarupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidhaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram. Om Sukrute Dhikrute Bahudha Bhavato Bhavita Sama Darshana Lalasata Atidinamimam Paripalayamam Bhava Shankara Deshikame Sharanam. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhe Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Om Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Samasta Brahma Vidya Acharyebhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षकैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्तिविश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं धर्मसंस्थापकानां नित्यनिरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृते धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्मसाफल्यार्थम् अनेकशास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधनाप्रयत्नमध्ये सामवेदान्तर्गत छान्दोग्योपनिषदः आदिशंकर भाष्य सहित अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ पूज्य भगवत्पाद श्री आदिशंकर कृत मंगलाचरण श्लोकम्। ओम तत्सत्परब्रह्मणे नमः। अथ सामवेदांतर्गत छान्दोग्योपनिषत् मंगलाचरण श्लोकः। ओम सच्चिदानंदसान्द्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्रीदेशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवगातिने। ओम सच्चिदानंदसान्द्राय सर्वातीताय साक्षिणे नमः श्रीदेशिकेन्द्राय शिवाय शिवगातिने। Hope you are doing the mantra chanting, this mantra, sometimes during the day and feeling the completeness, the profoundness of that mantra. Thanks to Bhagavan Shri Adi Shankara for giving such a powerful, potent, complete mantra in the beginning itself. That shows his intention, his purity, his commitment, etc., without even an iota of compromise. As if क्या fact है that I am an avatar, I have come for this purpose. This purpose alone I have to do, and I am doing it with 100% of my application. That sort of thing we see in Bhagavan Sri Adi Shankara's every moment of life as well as all his writings and contributions. In fact, that can be a very good learning and impression for us also, an inspiration. You also have come for the purpose. And there are no two purposes. Either it is for Adi Shankar Bhagavan or to us also. Purpose of knowing the truth. That's it. Work towards it. As sincerely he has realized it and then taught us. Let us learn it, realize it, and give it to the world. Right. Same way is very powerful our Vedic Upanishadic Shanti Mantra also, which we are delightfully cherishing from the good amount of days. Let us chant it 2 times. Om Atha Upanishad Shanti Mantraha. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaha Chakshuh Shrotram Atho Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam me astu Tadatmani nirate ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ओमाप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Not even one word is irrelevant or deductible, and not even one sentence is improvable. That much necessary, that much perfect are these sentences as you are seeing the meaning. Whether it is Anga Apyayanam Mahapyayantu mamangani. And some of us who are very diligent, sincere, serious in life and in such Upanishadic sadhanas, and therefore chanting it few times. You can see from last 2 weeks where we started this mantra Charana, our Anga Pratyanga are really little better. The comforts are more, pains are less, good ideas are coming to us to maintain the health of the body. If you observe it, that is the power of the prayer, the power of the blessings. So too the Vak, Pranas, Chakshu, Shrotram, all of them also are little better to us. Atho Balam, we have good energy for our works. Indriyani cha Sarvani, we can see little better than earlier. Our Antakarana is cooperative. At least we are becoming aware of its whereabouts. So this is how this mantra Shakti blesses us that way. And we ourselves from our side also having known the meanings and practicing, then that result is so obvious. Then the next one is very, very crucial, isn't it? A worldly person, as he begs for the world that don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. May I not do any such nonsense that I leave you or I go away from you. We have such attachments with the things and beings. रोते रहते हैं 24 घंटे, पक्कड़ पक्का संसारी. इतना उम्र जी कर भी शर्म नहीं आता. Anyway, that is your our problem. Same way, this matured student, matured may not be in the age, he may be young. Once you come to spirituality, age doesn't matter. With all the age on the head, 200 years, we can be as childish and foolish like anybody, any child. With the age of 15, 20, 25 also, one can be gambhira, one can be fully matured, one can be seeking only the truth. Age has nothing to do. Age is only the gross level. Expected that as the age grows, we grow in viveka, we grow in vairagya, we grow in jignasa and all. Expected. हो सकता है नहीं हो सकता है, we don't. So this disciple is so matured that instead of asking the world to love it attached to him or himself wanting the world not to live, he is so clever. He says, Maham Brahma Nirakurya. Aha. May I not do the Nirakarna Brahman. In that responsibility he is feeling, we can sense it. It is me who is doing the Nirakarana of the Brahman from so many lives and in this life too, right from beginning. Naturally by doing this Svikaranam of something else. Isn't it? Think about his honesty. He is taking the responsibility. It was I who did the Nirakarana. Even from yesterday, conclusion of class, and till again we started class today, throughout those 22 hours, what we did was Svikaranam of Jagat, Nirakaranam of Brahman only. Because we didn't study, we didn't contemplate, we didn't try to reach to it. That should not happen. Here, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, in brackets we have to add the other words. What is that? Even for a moment, even for any of the highly tempting thing the world outside, for any of the causes, may not do the Nirakarana of Brahman. See, Brahman is the giver of mukti. Everything other than Brahman is the giver of bondage. All those things try to bind us. If you value them, you are bound. That is called as Svikaranam of the Jagat. If you devalue them and value the Brahman, we are liberated. It is so simple. But if it clicks, if you get it, Brahmanubhuti is mukti giver. Everything other than is bondage. Even the sukha we get in the world is bondage because it's very small. It's very compared to the Brahma sukha, which is like an ocean. It is only a wave only. That way also. We are at loss only. Not only a dukhi person in the samsara is dukhi, a sukhi person also is at loss. Because the Brahmananda Sukha is so much it is. Not knowing it, we do the Nirakaranam of Brahman and we do Swikaranam of the Jagat. That is ignorance, that is delusion. Brahma Sukha is so great, we don't know, it's called as ignorance. And the worldly Sukha is so good, that's how we are deluded. Once Ajnana and Moha are there, done. Ho gaya khatam baat. So this child is understanding. Maham Brahman Nirakurya is equal to let me do the Swikaranam of Brahman, Nivakaranam of the everything else. So too, seeing me fully qualified, fully committed, fully interested. May the Brahman do not do the Nirakaranam of me. Let that acceptance happen of Brahman of me immediately, by Brahman of me. Mama Brahman Nirakarot. May the truth do not hide from me for a long time. In that you can add all of them. May the Lord may not test me so much, trouble me so much, may not take me through so many of the exercises. Not required. If you don't ask, He will test us. All acid tests, litmus tests, He will put. If you say like this, the tests will be reduced. Mama, it's all there in that power of prayer. Prayer's power, they're all there. Like when you go for driving license test. If you pray properly, that test करने वाला एक आध टेस्ट करके दे देगा. Anyway, driving you deserve it, but you will, if you don't pray, if you go with your own unprepared mind and all, you will take more tests thereafter. You will fail you only. So to same with your visas when you want to go abroad, isn't it? If you properly tune yourself and pray, minimum tests से वो लोग दे देते हैं. Power of prayer. Examples. Here also, Mama Brahma Nirakarot. Basically, he should not do Nirakarana. Secondly, let his Svikarana of me be quick and immediate. Third is with minimum of the tests to me. अगर कोई भी किसी को ऐसे नहीं देते, जो परीक्षा लेकर ही देते, है ना? It depends on Maham Brahma Nirakurya, when our commitment for Brahman is so much. Not only that, the next one, after second time repeating Anirakaranamastu, Anirakaranamastu, the next important is when the Upanishad dharmas are fully there in us, as well as Atmani Nirati, that we have now decided in our life nothing other than the Atman we want. By the way, as we are studying everyday Upanishads, this Atma Anubhava, Atma Prapti, desire is becoming stronger or not, just check it. It has to become. If it is not happening, our Upanishadic study through that, the glory of Paramatma we are not understanding. So too, we have not done proper inquiry about the world to find how on the name of tempting and giving small little things, it is binding us, it is conditioning us. As we just now said 5 minutes back, the world way bindingness is what? It denies us of the highest. What more bondage? We as a human being came to achieve the highest. That highest we are denied of when we are in the world. In the world you may achieve highest. That you have lots of money, wonderful husband or wife or children, great job, name and fame. सब मस्त मजा है. There is the question comes. When I am so beautiful in all these things, so good, why should I seek reality? The answer is that in that Paramatma Tattva, the thing which you get is the highest, the topmost. That you are denied of when you are going for this. Therefore, a wise person that way thinks. Having thought, he just does the, tadatmani nirate. Then that Atmanuvati will come not only by our accepting or asking, not only by ourselves saying that I don't do Nirakarana, let Brahman do not Nirakarana. Other one is Upanishatsu Dharmaha Me Santu. In that sincerity, that I don't want to get anything without my qualification. I know without qualification, if I am given, because I am not qualified, I will give it up or I don't do justice to it. Therefore, this since this student's completeness you can see, his intellect is so sharp, so subtler. He is not asking, I am SC, ST, BC, mujhe reservation de do. Without any qualification, I should get. That's called as reservation. No, no, no. Upanishatsu dharmaha temai santu. Isn't it? Again, temai santu, not accidentally apne ab aa jaye. I'm praying to the Lord, but let me give all opportunities for me to inculcate those great Upanishad dharmas. See that good, great mantra it is. I really admire this mantra. Now, in our study, in that Upanishadic dharmas, out of the three sets, the first set of sadhana chatushte sampada, almost we are through. Last 7-8 days we are spending for that. Viveka, thoroughly studied. Vairagya, thoroughly studied. Then, after remembering, contemplating, we remember that knowledge. Then we have to check every day. Like sugar, BP check करते हो कि नहीं, हार्ट बीटिंग चेक करते हो. So too the viveka check करना है, वैराग्य check करना है. The other things were related to the body. Bank accounts you check it about the money, आगे कि नहीं deposits. And then you check out with the friends, all of them still they remember you or not, value or not. फोन करके पूछते हो कैसे हो रहे, हाँ वो भी कहते अरे मैं भी सोचा तुम्हें फोन करने के, थैंक गॉड तूने किया, कैसे हो. So we check in the world the relations, money aspect, health aspect. So too the spiritual checking every day, viveka and vairagya. They are throughout life they have to be done. They are not there use and throw. Oh, जिंदगी भर बस रहना है. And they are the most beautiful things. You will recognize it when you enjoy it for some time. Like when you are every day coming to Upanishadic class and are listening carefully and receiving that higher knowledge, you will enjoy it. Thereafter, you will make it permanent. If you are not making permanent is either you have not understood the Mahima of the Upanishads or your mind is still lingering to the worldliness. That immaturity is there in us. Otherwise, who will give up the higher for the lower? Bataao? So we check, we ensure these things and we enjoy them. Ah, I'm a Vivek, I know Brahman alone is real, the world is unreal. I understood, I'm convinced now. Therefore, to this unreal world or that incomplete world or binding world, वैराग्य. देखो एक एक चीज मेरे से छूट रहा है, मैं खुद ही छोड़ रहा हूँ. वाह, see that the joy, त्यागी नहीं के अमृतत्व मानुष. This we'll discover it as we become purer. The purity, the maturity is what? Where we reduce our dependency on the world. That's called vairagya, isn't it? Then the other six things, Shama Shatka Sampada, every one of them we have seen. Shamaha, Mano Nigraha, Damaha, Chakshuradi, Bahyendriya Nigraha, Uparatihi, Sadharmanushthanameva, Titiksha, Shitoshnadi Sahishnutvam, Shraddha, Guru Vedanta, Vakyadishu Vishwasaha. All of them we have seen. Virajya Vishavrata, Dosha Dushtya, Mohor Moho, Swalakshay Netaavastha, Manasa Shama विषयेभ्य परावर्त्य स्थापनं स्वस्य गोलके उभयेषामिन्द्रियाणां सदमः परिकीर्तितः बाह्य अनालम्बनं वृत्तेः यशोपरतिरुत्तमा सहनं सर्वदुःखानाम् अप्रतीकारपूर्वकं चिन्ताविलापरहितं सा तितिक्षा निगद्यते सा शास्त्रस्य गुरुवाक्यस्य सत्यबुद्ध्या अवधारणा सा श्रद्धा कथिता सद्भिः यया वस्तु उपलभ्यते. Then this Shraddha exhaustively we discussed yesterday. Check it also. Every one of them. Shabadama ki check karo, khas kar Shraddha. Ki Shraddha for our Shastra, Shravana, Adhyana, Shraddha for everyday sadhana, Shraddha towards our Bhagavan and Guru and Shastra. ये कम तो नहीं हो रहा है, उसको कोई नुकसान तो नहीं हो रहा है, कमजोर तो नहीं हो रहा है. You have to check it and try our best to increase that Shraddha only. Then only here Bhagavan says, Yaya Vastu Upalabhyate. It has got the two ways. If you have Shraddha, definitely you will get Vastu. That is one way of. Other way of saying that, be careful. With all the knowledge and practices done, if you don't have the Shraddha, then the Vastu is in front of you, still you won't obtain it. The same thing in Taittiriya Bhasha, it's called Astityevopalabdhavyaha Tattva Bhavena Chobhayo. That Shraddha is Astiti. Like that's what our Shankara Bhagavan again in Chandogya Upanishad, Nachiketas Shraddha, he gives Bhashya in this way only. Shraddha Astikya Buddhihi Avivesha. है ना, नचिकेत को श्रद्धा हुआ. What is the श्रद्धा? आस्तिक्य बुद्धि. So more and more Shraddha for this, more and more. It should keep on increasing only. Okay? Shraddha in all that. Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhya Avadharana Shraddha. And Shastra and Guru Vakya is about what? About you are Brahman. And that Brahma Tattva in you, in this way, you realize through the Tattvamasi Mahavakya Chintana. Or in this Upanishad, only, no? Tattvamasi, we are going to study. And for that, you need to have this qualification. Have Shraddha in all of that. See that the Shraddha is increased. Shraddha is love. Shraddha is liking. Shraddha is interest. Shraddha is inclination. Shraddha is readiness to pour ourselves for that. Like when you have Shraddha for nail painting, the girls, women folk, how wonderfully they do it. As a Brahma Jnani doing the Brahma Vicharana, so carefully they do. Or any painting or any rangoli, or any their taste of chai or coffee or kuch banana hai. So that liking in that, the love in that, the interest in that, the inclination in that, the involvement in that, Shraddha is that. है ना, कितने श्रद्धा से all youngsters sit in front of the TV when there is a cricket match or any other thing. है कि नहीं? Children when their birthday comes, birthday, कितना श्रद्धा से वो सुबह उठ के नहा के they wait for the friends to come and wish. That type of love, liking for our sadhana. We all have love in us, but that is looted by the worldliness, isn't it? That is immaturity. That is non-thinking. That we look at others and we follow them, not thinking that they themselves are immature. So Shraddha is beautiful. Satya Buddhya Avadharana is what my Guru says true. I am just taking it verbatim and literally and hukam saranko pe. What he says is I am just doing it. उससे वस्तु उपलभ्यते जल्दी वस्तु मिल जाती. So check the parameter of Shraddha. है ना? When there श्रद्धा है तो फिर साधना रेगुलर होता है, उसका कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं होता किसी तरह से. You are committed for it. Like to this class. You have Shraddha. You are a Shraddhalu. Which inspires me. मेरे को लगता है कभी क्लास छोड़ दूं, लेकिन आई रिमेम्बर यू, और फिर मुझे अरे दे आर वेटिंग फॉर मी, लेट मी गो. यू क्रिएट दैट श्रद्धा इन मी विथ योर श्रद्धा. व्हाट अ ब्यूटीफुल थिंग इट इज. हाँ. Then the other exhaustive discussion we didn't want to take up, that's why we have not talked much. What is what? Other than Shastra and the Guru, the other are the Ashastra and the Laghu. They have their own experiences, worldly experiences. So they talk great about them only. When we give ears to that, thinking to it, that Shraddha grows in us. Suddenly, the Shraddha for spirituality dies away. Therefore, having Shraddha is so beautiful thing. Kaha हमने श्रद्धा रखा? The whole life's tragedy is this only. Misplaced Shraddha. That's it. Where we have to have the Shraddha, there we don't have. Where we should not have, there we have. Imagine करिएगा पिछले 2-3 जन्मों से जितना श्रद्धा we had for the world, at least half of it if we had for the Guru, Shastra and Paramatma Tattva and Sadhana, by now we would have reached. Shraddha means world is there. It is a giver of sukha. Therefore, I will do this and that things. Definitely, I'll get that world and it will give me sukha. There, here I am going for it. That is called as Shraddha for the world. Same, Paramatma is there. Obtaining Paramatma is giver of mukti. This is how Paramatma is obtained. Now I am endeavoring that. I am working towards that. Is the Shraddha. A conscious, inner, beautiful experience it is. Shraddha. You have it. अच्छा पेड़ पौधे उगाते हो. That is a Shraddha. Very carefully every day they claim also 1 hour I spend Swamiji in watering the plants, cleaning them, etc. Shraddha. Some people have Shraddha for their own house, neat and clean. They ensure with their servants everything is kept tidy. Shraddha hai. Some are interested Shraddha in food aspect. All ingredients should be there, food should be there, timely should be there, kitchen neat and clean. Shraddha. So we have to have Shraddha in Shastra Vakya, Guru Vakya, which talk about the goal and means. The goal is Paramatma, mean is Adhyatmik Sadhana. ठीक है शास्त्र से गुरुवाक्य से सत्य बुद्ध्या उदाहरण सा श्रद्धा कथिता सद्भिः beware in this world knowingly unknowingly everybody around us are trying to destroy our faith. Therefore don't give chance to anyone. No, be absolutely sharp and shrewd and subtle in your alertness and observation of what they are saying. Is it entering into my heart and destroying my faith? Better to keep them away. Whoever they may be. If you cannot keep them away, keep away the topic. Protect your श्रद्धा. That's it. कुछ भी हो जाए मर जाओ लेकिन श्रद्धा नहीं बिगड़ना. Without their knowledge, the world around us tries to break our श्रद्धा. Our own nature, vasanas, they come break our श्रद्धा. And they say, chalo, aaj let's not listen to class. They say, no, this Swami talk is not good. Let me go to the other Guru, other Swami. There are million reasons for which your Shraddha can break. Anything it can be. बहुत बहुत केयरफुल रहना है ना. भयंकर प्रारब्धानुभवास come, they also take away our Shraddha. Like people say, no, so much I do worship of the Lord, still I only lost money in my business or something happened to this and my that relation. Now I won't trust the God. Lost, श्रद्धा गया. Some people are there. कुछ हादसा हो गया जिंदगी में अब नास्तिक बनते. अरे दैट इज द टाइम वेयर यू हैव टू बिकम मोर आस्तिक. दे मिस इट. गाइडेंस नहीं है ना. दे डोंट हैव श्रद्धा इन एनी गुरु. देयरफॉर दे डोंट आस्क कि ये हादसा हुआ. नो माय माइंड इज रिएक्टिंग लाइक दैट. देन हाउ टू रेक्टिफाई इट. इज इट करेक्ट और नॉट. यू टेल मी लाइक दैट. यू डोंट हैव एनी गुरु. यू थिंक यू आर द गुरु. जाके पीटो अपने सर जाके दीवार पे. Isn't it? The worst of the life is where you think you know everything and don't ask the gurus, etc. कुछ थोड़ा वेदांत इधर सुन लिया, little understanding came and we think we are guru. And we become slave to our own mind and our vasanas. Whenever those mind vasanas troubling us, we feel like approaching the guru. That time we say, there is no guru, I know everything. We say, I know everything and avoid guru, and again we do all nonsense. That's the whole life we spend. Hare, to have a guru in life is what a blessing. A living guru. And he loving us, giving time to us, is kind and compassionate to us, taking us into confidence, answering to all our questions. Hare, इतने valuable चीज है. That's why we don't value it. फोकट में मिलता है. Unfortunate are the ones who have missed that contact with the guru. Most unfortunate. गया बस जिंदगी. That's only our inner ego and misguidance. That's what I said, no? Shraddha todne ke liye so many things come. Right? Shraddha, Shraddha, Shraddha. Every day ask only. Ya Shraddha Dharana Medha. Shraddham Dehi, Shraddham Dehi. Oh Lord, may my Shraddha is not broken. May my Shraddha is not reduced. May my Shraddha increase day in and day out. In the Guru, in the Paramatma, in my sadhanas, in myself, in Shastra. प्रे करो बाबा बचाओ अपने आप को. Right now only, slowly we are coming out of this quicksand daldala of the samsara. The only thing which helps us to totally come out is our Shraddha. Miss ho gaya, again we'll fall back into that wretched daldal of inner and outer binding samsara. Think about it. And any day, we all know, come what may, finally, which saves us, which helps us, which protects us is our spiritual wisdom, spiritual practices, spiritual anubhuti. Nothing remains with us permanently. Anything can leave us and go anytime. Anything can cheat us. कुछ भी भरोसामंद नहीं इस जगत में. It's not a negative thing. That's a nature. It's a niyati. Yesterday we studied so thoroughly in our evening yoga vasishta class. नियति की बात आ गई ना, जिंदगी के लिए सबसे बड़ा सपोर्ट वाला नॉलेज वी गॉट yesterday, the niyati aspect. Now, after seeing these five of them, shamadama paramati diksha shraddha, the last one also we thoroughly went through. Samadhanam. What is samadhanam? Not fulfilling the desire of the mind and feeling samadhana. Not expecting the world to do favors and trying our best, and when the world does it, feeling samadhana. And getting the works done from the world is the slavery to our own mind and its desires. लगता है बाहर हम कामयाब हो गए, yes, लेकिन अंदर फेल हो गए. Because the outer कामयाबी is because of inner mind's desire. Mind should not have desire for anything of the world. You are already failed. If somebody tells me, and Swamiji, I succeeded so much in the world with my spiritual knowledge and wisdom, I say he is an utter failure only because you should not succeed outside. क्योंकि that outer success desire itself is wrong. Your only desire should be for Paramatma. Very clear it is. For me it is clear. Now nobody can cheat me. कोई आकर कहते मुझे इधर उधर फॉर फॉर्मेलिटी से कैसे कंग्रेट्स कुछ तो बोलना है ना. दे टोल्ड मी मीन दे वैल्यू मी, देयरफॉर आई हैव टू एनकरेज देम. दैट्स व्हाई वी से. If they ask me, Dharvind, I succeeded, Swamiji, what is your opinion? I say, enough of it, now be successful inside. I tell you. पूछे तो बताते, कहते तो सुनते हैं. If you tell me, I listen. If you ask me, I'll tell you. So in the way. So this is understood. The last one is the samadhanam. Samyak adhanam. Samyak means fully, with all love and concentration efforts. Adhana means bringing and placing. Bringing and placing. So what is to be brought? Our buddhi. Samyak rupena, adhanam, to be placed. Placed on what? Brahma vastu. है ना. देखो, when you talk about shama, it is mind controlled. When you talk about dhamma, indriyas controlled. When you talk about the uparati, the vasanas are removed. When it's called titiksha, the outer paristhiti is conquered. When talk about shraddha, we are making use of encashing the great blessings of Guru, Shastra, etc. When it is samadhanam, it is the sadhana of the buddhi. So mana, bodhi, chitta, indriya, sharira, all of them have come or not in this Shamadhi Shatka Sampada. All of their management, integration, beautification, purification, सब कुछ इसमें छुपा है. So Indriya Nigraha told Dhamma, Mano Nigraha told Shama by saying Uparati. How do we do the Uparati from the world? Because I have no desire of the world. How? Because the Chitta Chitta mein vasana hi nahi hai. When there are no vasanas, why do you go into the world? That is, Uparati indicates freedom from the vasanas in the Chitta. So Chitta managed, mind managed, Indriyas managed. Then the next one is the Uparati Titiksha. Titiksha is again the Indriyas and the outer Paristhithis. Whatever they come to me, I am with forbearance conquering them. The beautiful fifth one, just was Shraddha. That we are encashing the best things that are available for our best result. That is Shastra, Guru and Paramatma. Last is the main important, the one, the Rathasaradi is Buddhi only. Isn't it? That Buddhi always should be in that Paramatma only. Sarvadha Sthapanam Buddhehe Shuddhe Brahmani Sarvatha. This is the toughest sadhana but most important sadhana and therefore necessary sadhana. Buddhi should be always in that Shuddha Brahma. That Buddhi should not be on those things which are projected on Brahman. And if the Buddhi is engaged in the projected world, it is not a right Buddhi. It is Durbuddhi only. And that is what is the meaning of the Guru Krupa. Nahaste estimadaya deva rakshanti sadhakam yam tu rakshitu michanti subuddhya yojayanti tam. How the Gurus and Devatas bless us? By putting our Buddhi subuddhi. What is subuddhi? That which is attending to Paramatma. What is kubuddhi? Which is attending to the world. Yam tu rakshitu michanti subuddhya yojayanti tam. है Like, we chant in Gita, Dhyanam, or everywhere also, in Tapovana Shatkam also, Sudhiyaiva Gamyaha, Buddhya Dhruti Gruhitaya, Buddhi Grahyam Atindriyam. Every day, what we are chanting in our Gayatri mantra. What is that? Prachodayat. Isn't it? Then Prachodayat. Let the Buddhi be Prachodita towards the Paramatma. Sarvada Stapanam Buddhehe Shuddhe Brahmani Sarvata. Bas. How the Buddhi does its Stapana on Shuddha Brahma? Only that Brahma Vicharana, Shlokas, Mantras, teachings from the Guru are remembered and there is continuous contemplation is happening. Whatever minimum duties are there, they are done. Whatever things to be done for one's own health or management, survival, that is done, which takes minimum time. The whole time is Buddhi in that Shuddha Brahma. What the great saints, sages, sadhakas are doing in their ashramas, seeing whom we say that they are a burden to the country, they don't do any work, etc. They are trying to put their Buddhi in the Shuddha Brahma. They have come for this purpose. Their uh, duty towards the world is by themselves realizing and guiding us thereafter. Everybody need not help the country only in the materialistic way. In fact, material way of help is no real help. Spiritual help alone is real. बातों बात only those who are intellectual they understand this. Therefore, what they are doing, शुद्ध ब्रह्म में बुद्धि लगाने का कोशिश. Sarvada, always, sthapanam, establishing, buddhehe, av buddhi, shuddhe brahmani, in the shuddha brahma, sarvatha by all means. Tat samadhanam. That is called samadhanam. Natu chittasya lalanam. Not fulfilling the desire of the buddhi or chitta and doing the lalana of it. See how crucial is this thought. Chitta lalanam is what? Continuously chitta projects because of vasanas, some or the other desire for shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha. And to do the lalanam, palanam, preranam, poshanam of these chitta vrittis, we indulge in the world. Example is the chitta lalanam is what the chitta wants. These comforts, those bhogas, those entertainments, those enjoyments. We go on doing that one. We have to command that buddhi, shut up, don't desire it. Your job is to be in Brahman. Take out the Upanishad. Chant that mantra 5 times. Ensure that is by hearted. Now take each of the word, understand its meaning. Now understand the meaning of the whole sentence. Now grasp the knowledge. Then contemplate on that. Then stay in that state of selfhood. This is how we have to command our buddhi. Not get commanded by the buddhi. That is called chitta lalanam. चित्त लालना मतलब अंदर जो भी कामनाएं आते हैं उनको फुलफिल करते जाना. That's why the most unfortunate are those who have done lot of punya. Most unfortunate are those who have plenty of money. Most unfortunate are those who have full freedom. Most unfortunate are those who have nobody to command or control. Because they are more prone to worldliness and bhog. Lucky are the ones. That's why in that Shankara Bhagwan's Panchakam, how subtly he has indicated that word. Kaupinavantaha khalu bhagyavantaha. The one who has nothing is the most richest one or fortunate one. Because he has nothing, therefore the mind will focus on the Lord. If you have lots of money, बिल्डिंग को रिपेयर करो, नया कार खरीदो, इधर उधर चलते जाओ. These are all chitta's projections, and we go on doing chitta lalanam, and we think we are samadhanita, means we are samadhan. Swami, you know how many goals I made in my life, and I achieved all of them. If you tell me that, you cannot convince me with that. Only one goal, Atmani Nirati. है ना, माहम ब्रह्म निराकुर्या. Samadhanam is very important thing. Train ourselves to put the buddhi in the Shuddha Brahma Vichar. You and I, as blessed by the Guru Parampara with Upanishad study, should recognize it. Again, one of the mistakes and problems with us is the blessings that are showered on us by the rishis through this, we don't recognize them. That is immaturity. And the world, with all respects to us, tying us down, that also is the mistake. Our buddhi doesn't recognize that also. थोड़ा सा हमें ना इवॉल्व होना है, हमारे जीवन के हायर एंड ग्रेड लोअर क्या है दोनों समझकर, टू व्हाट वी हैव टू अटेंड वी मस्ट बिकम केयरफुल नाउ. At least after certain age, 50, if you have crossed 50 years, your life should be more and more towards sarvada sthapanam buddhehe shuddhe brahma. Other things get managed, everybody is intelligent in this world. Do you think your wife is not intelligent? You think your husband is not? They all know how to manage your children. They are doubly intelligent than you. They know how to use you. And it's not their value. We are attached to them because we are not attached to Brahman. But the rishis, our gurus, are teaching us this means how much love they have for us, trust for us. So we should recognize it. These all help us in doing this sadhana of sarvada sthapanam buddhehe shuddhe brahmani dharana. Isn't it? सुबह उठते ही उपनिषद ग्रंथ सामने होना है. Already you chanted few mantras and contemplated. This is when the days are spent, that Upanishadic Jnanam becomes deeper and stronger in us. The contemplational habits become stronger. Then that leads to the touching of that self. When it is touched, continue it, you get established. This is how they have evolved who have evolved. We are also in that path, given a chance. So in this way, the Shamadhi Shatka Sampada have become the third of the Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampada. Done. Viveka, Vairagya, Shamadhi Shatka Sampada, done. It will come this topic whenever we will discuss some other time. But I feel may not be 100% satisfied, but theek hai. I can say that good job done of discussing all this Upanishatsu Dharmaha so far. These are all Upanishadic Dharmas. They are the qualifications. Isn't it? It is taken for granted, or sorry, it is understood that the students of Upanishad know that these basics are all there, already there in the students of the Upanishads, or in whatever the raw manner he goes to Guru. Guru trains him in all this. Then only he can give Brahma Vidya and he can receive Brahma Vidya. Guru can give, Shishya can receive, only then. Right? Now the last but not the least is Mumukshutvam. Mumukshutvam is the next one, the fourth of the sadhana chatushtaya sampada. That mumukshutvam is, in Tattvabodha, the definition is moksho me bhuyat iti ichha. May I be liberated. This desire, this stronger than the strongest desire, this burning desire is called as mumukshutvam. Not de nahi to do, nahi to nahi karke, we are putting it on the Lord. In us, the burning desire. And the two famous examples are when the charcoal is there in your hand, burning your hand. How you want to get moksha from that pain. Same way, feeling that living as a jiva with the deha in the world as samsari is so binding. I want to get moksha from it immediately. That type of feeling is called mumukshata. If that is not there, then our all sadhanas will be as they are now, very formally, very superficial, very light, and we do them farak nahi padta ki tarah. And the days are passing one by one day, we are going near to the death only. Again, which will human life will get or not also, we don't know. That mumukshata, it should be there. And it should be very, very tivra also. Hmm? This topic we'll discuss at length tomorrow. Now, the second example of mumukshata is, that story of the Guru when the disciple came and asked when I'll get the moksha. Guru was taking that bath in the river, then he'll sit for his japa and all sadhana. When the disciple asked it, Guru took that fellow by neck. Somehow that Guru is little really Guru by his size also. Put that fellow in the water. उसके नाक और मुंह सब पानी में डूबा for 10-15 seconds. He was keeping the time. Then he brought him out. Then he said, when you were inside the water, what was your mind? Isn't it? You wanted some 10 millions, you wanted some big post, you wanted all the bhoga of the world. What do you wanted? You nothing, a few ounces of oxygen. Only, nothing else. That situation of being in the water, you just observe. I am telling you, the listeners. अगर चाहिए तो आज टेस्ट करना क्लास के बाद. Be in the water for 40-45 seconds. At that time, other than the other than sentence is important. Other than that ounce of oxygen, nothing else is required. Nothing else is wanted. Nothing else is thought about. In that way, when you have desire for Paramatma, then you will get moksha. That is the example. That this Guru taught like that. That's called a tivrata. उस समय उसको कुछ भी ऑफर करो कहते पहले मेरे को जीना है मेरे को गिव मी ऑक्सीजन फर्स्ट नथिंग एल्स सो टू गिव मी द परमात्मा अनुभूति नथिंग एल्स फ्रॉम एवरी अदर बॉन्डेज आई वांट टू गेट लिबरेटेड दैट्स कॉल्ड तीव्र मुमुक्षुता तीव्र मुमुक्षुता million of examples I can go on giving you. Somebody at your house comes, your own relatives whom you don't like them at all. And they came saying that do dinam rahenge. Then you are tensed, "Re yaar, 2 दिन क्या परेशान?" Then somehow you are managing. Imagining that after 2 days that fellow goes away. He extended it, ticket नहीं मिला या काम नहीं हुआ और 3 दिन रह रहा हूँ. You see how much feeling you get about him. Any person, मेरा एग्जाम्पल ले लो, by mistake I come to your house saying that 1 मिनट में चला जाता हूँ. Then I stayed 1 hour or 1 day, 2 day. 5 दिन बन गया, 2 और 3. 5 days के बाद this fellow so peak of frustration. And thereafter also suddenly he says, no, 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 और वो 6 दिन रुकना पड़ रहा है मुझे. What is the feeling in your इसको मार डालो, काट डालो, पीट डालो, घर से धक्का देके भागाओ या नहीं तो मैं घर छोड़ के जाऊं. ऐसा कुछ हुआ होगा ना फीलिंग. That is called तीव्र मुमुक्षा. Feeling that sense of तीव्रता. Anywhere, even a traveling में, that the train which had to reach in 6 hours took 8 hours, 9 hours, 4 घंटे ज़्यादा हो गए. Then how you feel that restlessness that it should reach to the platform of my destination, I should get out and go into the car or whatever, reach my home. That tivrata. Example है कि नहीं? Anything. The worst of the example is admitted in the hospital. है ना? Hospital में. Even let's say it's a government hospital, वो भी. गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल है तो इट लुक्स लाइक बेटर देन होम. रहने दो इधर ही लगता है पैसे बहुत है तो दे दो इंश्योरेंस क्लेम. बट सी दैट गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल आप लोग रो रहे हैं चिल्ला रहे हैं आवाज हो रहा है देर इज फाइटिंग बिटवीन द पेशेंट अटेंडेंट्स एंड द नर्सेस एंड द कंपाउंडर्स that they're not coming and checking it. That feel तड़प रहा है दुख से they're not coming and you have seen government hospital. मैं तो 100 बार देखो पर वॉट एवर कितना होता है यार वहां रोते लोग. लेट मी टेक होम लेट मी गो होम बेटर आई डाई एट होम रेदर देन सफरिंग हियर. They insist, they become pagal होते हो till they are discharged and taken home and they die at home. How many thousands of cases every day you see that. That is called as tivra mumoksha. Any of the example when you are too hungry, tivra mumoksha. when you are without sleep for 16 hours, 18 hours, क्योंकि you are traveling और कोई काम कर रहे हो या बड़ा फंक्शन, ये जल्दी खत्म हो जाए, let me sleep. That तीव्र मुमुक्षा. The best of the example is कब ये क्लास खत्म हो जाएगा तीव्र मुमुक्षा, so that I can go and enjoy. Tomorrow we'll talk of this, the Bhagavan Adi Shankara's other Viveka Chudamani shloka, which is so complete, and you must know it completely because what is bondage is explained. Nowhere else you will see such a clearest explanation about what is bondage and what is mumukshuta. अहङ्कारादिदेहान्तान् बन्धान् अज्ञानकल्पितान् स्वस्वरूपावबोधेन मोक्तुमिच्छा मुमुक्षुता. Exhaustively we'll talk. Whole class we will take for it tomorrow. With that, the first set of Upanishads Dharma is done. Then the second one, it's only will take half day, 1 day. Second, 1 day में दोनों हो सकते हैं. Done. Once it is done, my mind is happy. Then what is three Shantis? We'll explain 2 minutes. Then we enter into the Sambandha Bhashya. In that Sambandha Bhashya, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 topics that are discussed. I'll give you the introduction. We will thoroughly study it. Then we enter into Upanishad, the first chapter. In that first khanda. Then I'll tell you the summary of the first khanda. Then we'll study it. Second khanda. Then you have your own homework to do, your Manan Chintana, and grasp what is studied and heard and said. Then you are doing your sadhana. That's our journey of studying this Chandogya will continue. Okay. Om 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 Shanti. That is the Upanishad class for the day. Now let us do our Vedic chanting. क्या छोड़ देना है क्या वैदिक चैंटिंग? आप कहो तो सोचते हैं. Krishna Vasudeva. Today in our Vedic chanting in the Atharvana Veda, beautiful Sukta. Okay, the 12th Suktam of the 4th Kandam, 3rd Anuvaka. Kandam is 4th, Anuvaka is 3, Suktam is 12. Devata is Rubhu and Rohini Vanaspati are the, Rishi is Rubhu, Rohini Vanaspati are Devatas. This mantra, interesting, very good, talks about healing all wounds, WOUND, है ना. जो गात्रों में क्षति होती है ना, उसको हील करने वाला. Either it has happened out of accident or it has happened because you had a war fighting, युद्ध करके आए हैं. So there is, that is harm is done to our body. होता है कि नहीं, जो हाथ पैर टूट जाते हैं, हड्डियां टूट जाते हैं, रक्तस्राव होता है. Such things, whatever we have, the wounds, etc., and all of them, the blood oozing out, blood reduced, even talks about the joints getting joint again. Then up to the bone marrow level, this mantra goes. So those who have arthritis problem, those who have neuro problem, muscular problem, I tell you this is the best Vedic mantra. I'm going to recommend to one or two who always say. Okay. So because the Astra Shastra, whatever the wounds that have happened, the flow of the blood that's happening, to stop that bleeding, and wherever the bones are broken, then to bring them together. And one of the big problem is, as the age grows, it happens, unfortunately, if it happens to the youngsters, that the bone marrow that goes away. That, once it goes away, the bones get rupturing with each other. That gives an inexplicable pain. And a before stage of arthritis. That is so terrible. Those who go through it, they know it. Luckily today, nowadays, they have replacements, etc. है ना. नहीं तो दर्द बर्दाश्त नहीं होता. In the same way, those who are Kshatagatra, wounded, by various reasons. For them, giving lot of Ghruta and Dugdha. This mantra chanted and given, that Ghruta Dugdha goes into Sharira and again creates that immunity or self-repairing system, and all that wounds that have happened, they get wounded. So too, uh, uh, this mantra is chanted right from cleaning the wounds, then doing whatever the surgeries that have to be done, then applying the ointments. For all of this mantrocharana done. In that, whatever the good food that is given, because such problems of, no, they are not related to any BP sugar ना, तो वुंड होती है तो खून बह जाता है या कुछ ऐसे ब्रेकेज, यू नीड ए गुड फूड फॉर दैट. अच्छा खाओ बोलते हैं. So whatever the food we are giving to that wounded or patient, with this mantra, that food becomes divinized for quick result, quick yielding, quick recovery, etc. You know? And thanks to the Lord that inside He has given to the body so many self-repairing systems, and outside He has given so many oshadis, and He Himself is present in the form of the doctor and nurses and chemists. Thus, our sthula sharira is less painful. And sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam, शरीर स्वस्थ होना भी चाहिए. Here is the क्षतगात्रता is because many things, लैंडस्लाइड्स होते हैं, भूकंप होता है, और कुछ ऊपर से छत गिरता है, खाना बना रहे हो तो आग जल जाता है हाथ पैर. हाउ मेनी थिंग्स वी हैव. चलते चलते लुढ़क जाते हैं, बाथरूम में फिसल जाते हैं, उंगली दरवाजे में आ जाता है. How many ways our bones get broken and all. And the domestic violence, I'm not telling. Because what you don't do, that only I tell. Na? So here that is the mantra. Beautiful it is. So that special medicine which goes through the pores of the body inside and joins the joints. That medicine is addressed. It's called as a lattuka. It is that medicine is said. You are the one who can go enter into the body and do the healing. Therefore, because of the swords or in the knives, etc., the blood is oozing away. You have the capacity to clot that blood. Let's do that. So the blood clotting mantra is the first mantra. So to that wound be healed quickly. Pain should not be there. So to O Kshatagatra wounded person, the soldiers and all, उनके ना एक्सरसाइज करने के टाइम ही बहुत चोट होते हैं. अगर ये दूध हो गया तो और भी परेशान. सो टू द स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन एंड ऑल बेचारे वुंडेड हो जाते हैं, देन उनको सीरियस ही चले जाते हैं. कुछ लोग आउट ऑफ वुंड उनका करियर ही खत्म होता है. यू ऑल नो इट, एवरी डे इट्स हैपनिंग. So in your anga is now paining so much with your body, with so much of shastra prahara. So too your body is hit by so many mudgaras. Therefore it is broken in various positions. So this woundedness and the breakage. And, with this medicine I am healing. Therefore that broken bones come together as well as the wound be reduced. Mantra Shakti along with the Dava. I told you that there are three things: Dava, Dua and Dimag. दवा भी लगाओ, दुआ भी ले लो और दिमाग भी यूज करो. 3D मेडिकेशन, 3D ट्रीटमेंट फॉर अवर फिजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स, मेंटल प्रॉब्लम्स. 3D दवा दुआ दिमाग, भूलो मत, जिंदगी भर याद रखना. Then in the same way, in your sharira the majja is broken, then may it again come together. The majja breakage, I am not a medical person, no, I don't know it. It can be like a ligament tearing, you call it. Tissue breaking, it is called as. When the terrible pain comes, when they go through the X-ray, then they see a tear ho gaya hai, that is a pain. So this mantra and this aushadhi is used for the again proper thing. ज़्यादा भी हो गया मसल तभी पेन होता है, कम भी हो गया तो पेन होता है. All that should be proper. We don't know how much devatas are working in our body to keep it intact so that we don't suffer the pain. पता ही नहीं चलता हमको ये सब. In the same way, in your body, the bones are broken. Let them again get joined together. So too, the mamsa bhaga in your sharira. So majja bhaga, mamsa bhaga, Then the Asthi Bhaga, whatever them they are wounded, let them be again healed properly. This is the mantra number 3 में. Char also the same thing. Let the majja aspect be fully re-brought. They say once the bone marrow goes away, that is not recreated. You have to go through the pain, you have to do some little exercises are there, and then you have to be more preventive and precautionary, or go through the replacements. But here there are some Aushadhis and mantras. When you do them, again it will be regenerated. Again it depends on your age and all. Then may this the flesh which is cut and gone out of the body. कभी कभी होता है ना टुकड़ा टुकड़ा ही चला जाता है बॉडी का. Let it again grow, isn't it? Again hold on to the total part of that body. So to O Laksharupa Oshati, the wound that is there in the Sharira, even the traces also finally go away intact. है ना कभी को कुछ चोट होते हैं ना वो चोट दूर होता है बट दोज मार्क्स आर देयर स्टिल दैट्स हाउ यू शो इट. ये बचपन में मैं देखो ये चोट दिख रहा है ना ये मेरी माँ ने पिटाई किया उसका है. इधर देख लो इधर पापा ने पीटा था. वो इधर देख रहे हो ना मेरे गुरु ने पीटा. सब पीट रहे हैं. कोई काम करता ही नहीं. Anyway, so whatever the anga pratyanga that are there, let every one of them become intact. Let this mantra samarthya and aushadhi samarthya be healing you so much that you from your sleeping position come to the sitting position on the bed. From the sitting you are able to become stand. You are able to stand. From the standing you are able to walk. From the walking you are able to run, and run like a chariot which has got the form limbs of it. You know, the wheels of the chariot as well as the sitting place and everything is so perfect that the chariot runs so fast along with the very nicely pulling horses and the charioteer. In that way, like the ratha, रथ का सब अंग प्रत्यंग होते हैं तो शरीरम तो रथम विद्धि आत्मानम रथिनम, you know that the Upanishad तो है ना ये वेद मंत्र. So like the chariot, let your body be fully intact in all its parts and you're back to your normal, vigorous, active, dynamic life of dharma and seva and sadhana. अच्छा है कि नहीं सात मंत्र वाला ये, isn't it? Then whichever the ayudha which has wounded you, whichever the stone which has hit you, then all those wounds because of the ayudha and the stones with this mantra Oshadi Prabhava totally get joined. Then, as that Rubhu, who is the creator of the Rathas, joins all the spare parts, etc., may this mantra Oshadi rejoin you and you are fully intact. No, charais I can do, but there is no time. How, when the body is variously wounded, variously harmed, it has to be reinstated. Here mainly talked about the Kshatagatra in the Yuddha as well as in any of the accidents. Other than these two, the other rogas are not mentioned much because the people of those days were more Sharira health conscious than the tongue taste conscious. Therefore, they controlled this tongue because of which they never invited any diseases which have to be unnecessarily extra effort is put to treat them. They were wise. Today, हम कहते हैं देश देह पूरा सत्यानाश होने दो. This 1.5 inch tongue, if it is happy, it is good, okay for me. This is how we live today life. Whole life is जिह्वा जिह्वा and upastha. ये दोनों के लिए जिंदगी होती है. And the tongue only, where its taste. We go on giving all that nonsense, and that is not suitable to the body. Therefore, self-created diseases are not mentioned here. The disease here, Kshatagatra, means you are doing a yuddha for the sake of country. Or the Kshatagatra is the other unexpected, some prarabdha yukta accidents happened that time. We can add for these things also. But इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है? हे भगवान मैं तुम्हें ठीक करो ताकि मैं और भी खाऊं और भी enjoy. That roga in the mind of kamana is there, no? Of bhoga through the indriya, especially the tongue, that has to be taken care. सबसे महान विजय है वो. अगर कोई है ना कहते ना, वह कहते ना जितम सर्वम निर्जिते रसे. Jihtopastha Jayodhrutihi. All these we have studied in Bhagavad Purana. Ha ha. Now the mantra. I can't see it. Ha. Okay. Om Atha Sharira Swasthata Majja Mamsa Meda Asthi Punar Nirmanartham Atharana Vedantargata Suktam Om Rohanyasirohanyasti रोहण्यसिरोहणी अस्त्नश्चिन्नस्य रोहणी अस्त्नश्चिन्नस्य रोहणी रोहयेदमरुन्धति रोहयेदमरुन्धति ॐ रोहण्यसिरोहणी अस्त्नश्चिन्नस्य रोहणी रोहयेदमरुन्धति रोहण्यसिरोहणी अस्त्नश्चिन्नस्य रोहणी रोहयेदमरुन्धति. Rohanam is growing, like Arohanam, Prarohanam, Avarohanam. We talk about वृक्षों का रोहन होता है. The creeper slowly creep towards the in the tree or anything whatever support they get. The rohanam, the sprouting, that growing. So the rohanam of all these inner shaktis, that is prayed for. Second, yatte rishtam yatte dyuttam yatte rishtam yatte dyuttam asti veshtram ta atmani asti pestram ta atmani धाता तद्भद्रया पुनः धाता तद्भद्रया पुनः संदधत् परुषा परुः संदधत् परुषा परुः यत्ते रिष्टं यत्ते द्युत्तम् अस्ति वेष्ट्रं त आत्मनि धाता तद्भद्रया पुनः संदधत् परुषा परुः यत्ते रिष्टं यत्ते द्युत्तम् अस्ति प्रेष्टं त आत्मनि धाता तद्भद्रया पुनः संदधत् परुषा परुः. Third one, संते मज्जामग्न्या भवतु संते मज्जामग्न्या भवतु समुते परुषा परुः समुते परुषा परुः संते मांसस्य विस्रस्तं संते मांसस्य विस्रस्तं समस्त्यपि रोहतु समस्त्यपि रोहतु संते मज्जामग्न्या भवतु समुते परुषा परुः संते मांसस्य विस्रस्तं समस्त्यपि रोहतु संते मज्जामग्न्या भवतु समुते परुषा परुः संते मांसस्य विस्रस्तं समस्त्यसि रोहतु. Fourth one, मज्जामग्न्या संधेयताम् मज्जामग्न्या संधीयतां चर्मणा चर्मरोहतु चर्मणा चर्मरोहतु असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु मांसं मांसेन रोहतु मांसं मांसेन रोहतु मज्जामग्न्या संधेयतां चर्मणा चर्मरोहतु असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु मांसं मांसेन रोहतु मज्जामग्न्या संधेयतां चर्मणा चर्मरोहतु असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु मांसं मांसेन रोहतु. Fifth mantra, लोमलोम ना संकल्पया लोमलोम ना संकल्पया त्वचा संकल्पया त्वचं त्वचा संकल्पया त्वचं असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु छिन्नं सन्देह्योषधे छिन्नं सन्देह्योषधे लोमलोम न संकल्पया त्वचा संकल्पया त्वचम् असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु छिन्नं सन्देह्योषधे लोमलोम न संकल्पया त्वचा संकल्पया त्वचम् असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु छिन्नं सन्देह्योषधे. Sixth one, सउत्तिष्ठ प्रेहि सउत्तिष्ठ प्रेहि प्रद्रवरथः प्रद्रवरथः सुचक्रः सुपविः सुनाभिः सुचक्रः सुपविः सुनाभिः प्रतितिष्ठोर्ध्वः प्रतितिष्ठोर्ध्वः स उत्तिष्ठ प्रेहि प्रद्रव रथः सुचक्रः सुपविः सुनाभिः प्रतितिष्ठोर्ध्वः स उत्तिष्ठ प्रेहि प्रद्रव रथः सुचक्रः सुपविः सुनाभिः pratitishthordhvaha. Second, yadi kartam patitva, yadi kartam patitva, samshashre, samsashre, यदि वाष्मा प्रहृतो जघानः यदि वाष्मा प्रहृतो जघानः रुभोरथस्येवाङ्गानि रुभोरथस्येवाङ्गानि समदधत्परुषा परुः समदधत्परुषा परुः यदि कर्तं पतित्वा संशस्रे यदि वाष्मा प्रहृतो जघानः रुभोरथस्येवाङ्गानि समदधत्परुषा परुः यदि कर्तं पतित्वा संशस्रे यदि वाष्मा प्रहृतो जघानः रुभूरथस्येवाङ्गानि समदधत्परुषा परुः ओम शांति शांति शांति. I am not exhaustively explaining because not way my mind is tuned that way. Not committed to exhaustively study this. Only mantra ucharna we are not like Upanishad. Sometime life में वो होगा तो भगवान हमसे कराएंगे. एक बार पढ़ो. Tomorrow we'll chant it 6-7 times because only 7 mantras. ओम रोहण्यसिरोहण्यी अस्नश्चिन्नस्य रोहणी रोहयेदमरुन्धति यत्तेरिष्टं यत्तेद्युक्तम् अस्ति वेष्ट्रं त आत्मने धाता तद्भद्रया पुनः सन्दधत्परुषा परुहो सन्ते मज्जामग्न्या भवतो समुते परुषा परुहो सन्ते मांसस्य विस्रस्तं समस्त्यपि रोहतु मज्जामग्न्या संधीयतां चर्मणा चर्मरोहतु असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु मांसं मांसेन रोहतु लोमलोम्ना संकल्पया त्वचा संकल्पया त्वचम् असृक्ते अस्थिरोहतु छिन्नं सन्देह्योषधे स उत्तिष्ठ प्रेहि प्रद्रवरतः सुचक्रः सुपविः सुनाभिः प्रतितिष्ठोर्ध्वः यदि कर्तं पतित्वा संशस्रे यदि वाष्मा प्रहृतो जघानः रुभूरथस्येवाङ्गानि समदधत्परुषा परुः ओम शांति शांति शांति. नारायण. One thing is that anybody in your house anyway differently wounded, as we said, no, the domestic accidents happen, slip हो जाते हैं, गलत खाना खाने के कारण कुछ इन्फेक्शंस हो जाते हैं, or any other things, accidents happen in which all our sapta dhatus, है ना, all 7 are addressed here. Majja, asti, meda, pala, rakta, charma, and then the outer charma. त्वक कहते हैं उसको. The outer skin, the inner skin, the flesh, what do you call the fats, then the blood, bones, bone marrow, nerves, etc. All of them are addressed here. So keep chanting this mantra to be safe. Especially the elders, they suffer. At least little relief will come to them. Pain will reduce. Second is the power of these mantras is such that those yogis who have mastered them with faith, even the हाथ या कोई टुकड़ा टूट गया है ना, उंगली, वो उंगली वहां लगाकर they chant this mantra, it gets joined. That is the mantra shakti. Don't underestimate it. How is it? How it's like that? This ईश्वर लीला माया वही तो है वेद मंत्रों में शक्ति. Third one is कि we always hear in general कि हमारे वेदों में मंत्रों में ये है वो है करके. You and I are lucky that we are getting the proof every day, isn't it? बाकी only emotionally they say, but we are every day seeing those mantras and uttering with our own mouth. Both. One side the Brahma Vidya giving Upanishads also we are chanting. The other side the Atharvana Veda Suktams for the universal and individual all around well-being. And in this, these are all Upasana mantras. In this, Upasana, Yajna, Prarthana, they are there. In the other bhaga of the Upanishad Vedas, the Karma Kanda, where we have to do the, Pratamahi Vipracharanathi Priti, Nija Nija Karma, Nirata Shruti Riti. Our Varnashrama Uchita Karma teaching portion is different. Whatever we are studying here, learning Veda Mantra, inme Varnashramochita Karma or Upanishad Brahma Vidya is not there. Be careful. Be careful in listening. Be attentive, what I mean. We are only praying for being intact in our body and health and Shatru Bada Nivaranam, all of that. Along with that, the other two things are there. One is our own Kartavya Karmas, other is the Upanishad Vidya and Brahma Vidya. One more is there called as which is describing the beauty of the world, praising the beauty of the world. है ना? So the mantra portion, the Brahmana portion, the Aranyaka portion, the Upanishad portion. The mantra portion describes the beauty of the world. The Brahmana portion tells about the karma according to our Varnashrama. Aranyaka portion teaches us the yajnas and upasanas, etc. Fourth, the Upanishad teaches Brahma Vidya, Moksha Vidya. This is how the Vedas have these four most important contents. We should enjoy the world, seeing the creation of the Lord. We also should know what's our duties. We should worship the Lord. Finally, we have to realize the truth. Okay, friends, tomorrow we'll chant this 4 or 5 times. Thank you for your patience. Now, today, what a coincidence. I didn't know that it really happened like that. Today, in our Vedic chanting, the mantra Dhyanam, the Rishi whose mantra we are chanting is this only, related to this. You know who is that Rishi? CHYAVANA MAHARSHI. Sequencing Vaya. I am following one sequence. And the CHYAVANA Maharshi is famous for Chavan Prash. He is the one from whom the Chavana Prasham, with all the Jadi Buti Mulikas, the Prasham is made by Chavana Rishi, consuming which the required nourishment for everything, for every part of the body comes. That Chavana Prasha is today's world में the most famous food to supplement because we are not getting proper ingredients from all the foods we are taking. There were the supplements. The supplements का दुनिया ही बन गया आज. Hundreds and thousands of products. And that way, everything has become thousands only. Like I'm talking to Upanishad, 1,000 people are talking and nobody is listening. Because everybody is talking, nobody to listen. So I am talking to myself. So that supplement, health supplement for creating that immunity, everything is that Chavan Prash. And Chavan Prash also 2,000 varieties are there in India. Every one of them, different. So that Chavana Rishi, that Chavana Prash again, Majja, Asti, Meja, for all of that it gives nourishment because उसमें जो जड़ी बूटियां होते हैं 40-50, they have all that thing to do. So that Maharshi ka Gayatri mantra, I told about him already to you. So the Chavana Maharshi, he belongs to the Bhrigu Vamsha. Okay. In the story of Ashwini Devatas, in the description of Bhrigu in this Ayurveda and Vaidya Chikitsa, Chavana Maharshi's name is very famous. Okay, he is born to Bhrigu Maharshi. Mother is Puloma Devi. Okay, Chavana meaning is what? The one who has a Chuta, means who has lost his health, etc., because of the terrible tapasya. And then he has, through the tapo shakti, whatever siddhis he has got, then all the negativities or all the limitations have gone away from him. That is the meaning of Chavana Maharshi. Okay. He is a Ghora Tapasvi. First point. So much Ghora Tapasvi, much before Valmiki ji, like Valmiki. Okay. Such a Dirgha Kala, when he sat for Tapasya, the whole ants have made ant hill around him. And those ants were eating away his body. And therefore, he was appearing to be in that very old age. Whoever looks at him, चींटियां खा के उनके शरीर को. So that because of that tapasya, he has got that apara Brahma Tejas in him. One of the very famous story, Chavana Vrittantam, we studied in Bhagavad Mahapurana, the Sukanya Vrittanta. You know that the Sukanya, who is the daughter of Sharyati, with their children, she went along with father and all. So in that forest, in that ant hill, these two eyes of Chavana Maharshi were chamak rahe the. She got surprised, small girl, whatever age है, वो कोई एक लकड़ के टुकड़ा लेकर, she has pierced those eyes. From that the blood started coming. Then Chavana Maharshi became angry. He did that sankalpa. In that Bhagavad story, we know everybody is Vayu and the Mutra. They got stambhita. Then stunned, worried, क्या हुआ? That Raja Shariati was also. उन दोनों में सब तपस्वी होते थे. He just closed eyes and guessed some of our people have done something wrong to some rishi. Then he came in searching. He found his daughter, which he pierced it. Immediately he asked for the rishi for the forgiveness, etc. Then that rishi asks that this daughter of you, you give me. Such an old man, how can I give? But then he said, I will give. Given. Then that Chavana Maharshi with his tapashakti invokes those Ashwini Deva Kumaras. The Ashwini Devatas prepare the prasha and give him. Taking that and he enters into the water. You know, a lot of stories are the three types of Purushas come, then she recognizes her husband. Sare kahaniya hai. Then having taken that prasha, he enters into water, he comes out with full of youthhood and all. Then in that Sukanya Chavana, they move all over the world and they enjoy. When taught by that Ashwini Devatas, he knows how to make this prasha. Ashwini Devatas are the ones who are Vaidyacharya. उनका भी गायत्री मंत्र एक दिन आएगा. So in this way, the Ashwini Devatas, Narayana, have taught him this Chavana Prasha making Vidya. And what in reciprocation he gave? He did Yajna, and in that Yajna, the Somarasa Arpana he gave it to the Ashwini Devatas. Actually, the Ashwini Devatas do not belong to Devatas. They belong to the Asura Santati. Diti Santati they are, not Aditi. But because they helped Chavana Rishi, Chavana Rishi again with his tapo shakti, even though Devatas were denying, he made them the Hakdar for this Somarasa from that time. So they gave him Shavanprash, he gave them Somarasa. In that way, from that time onwards, they get the Bhaga in the Somarasa thing. Then the Chavana Maharshis, the Ayurveda, because of taught by Ashwini Kumar, is the master of that also. Okay, that always was famous. He was famous for that. Maybe always busy in collecting those जड़ी बूटीज those days है ना, पूरा जिंदगी लग जाता है उसके लिए, दिनों दिन लगते हैं. Because so many जड़ी बूटी have to उगाना पड़ेगा, उनको कलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, and it is not just like putting grinder. There is a process for every one of them to become optimally active or useful. Very tough होता है आयुर्वेद का. That's why the youngsters don't study it. पीपल एलोपैथी क्या है ना, वो फटाफट हो जाते हैं. आयुर्वेद के लिए वो आइटम्स वगैरह बहुत केयरफुली कलेक्ट करके देयर इज सिस्टमैटिक प्रोसेस, बट द इफेक्ट आल्सो इक्वली ब्यूटीफुल. So in this way, the Chavana Maharshi is Ayurveda Acharya. Chavana Prasha comes from him. In Vedas, he is there. In Rigveda Sampradaya. Then in the Ashwini Deva Sukta, Arogya Sukta, Dirgaya Sukta, Devanugraha Sukta, in all of them, Chavana Maharshi, we can see him. He has also given us Chavana Samhita. In this Ayurveda knowledge is given in that the Aushadis, the Rasayanas, the Chikitsa, the health things, all of them he has mentioned in his Samhita. He has also given as a Dharma Sambandhi Smriti. So our rishis were so yogic, through them the Ishvara Paramatma used to reveal all this. Three things, the Swasthya related, Dharma related, Tattva related. These three things were revealed through these rishis. So he is a Veda Mantra Drashta. Of that Shavana Maharshi, let us do the गायत्री मंत्र. सिंपल. वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे तपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नो तन्नः च्यवन महर्षि तन्नः च्यवन महर्षि प्रचोदयात्. तन्नश्च्यवन ऐसा होता है संधि में. ठीक है, 16 टाइम्स विल चैंट. ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्च्यवन महर्षि प्रचोदयात्. ओम परब्रह्म परमात्मा स्वरूप श्री च्यवन महर्षे नमः. ध्यायामि आवाहयामि स्थापयामि पूजयामि छत्रचामर नृत्य गीतादीन समर्पयामि समस्त शक्त्योपचार भक्त्योपचार राजोपचार देवोपचारान् समर्पयामि स्तोत्रेण जपादिना कीर्तनेन भजनादिना तोषयामि श्रीचवन महर्षिये नमः नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि प्रार्थयामि ओम श्रीचवन महर्षिये नमः बाह्याभ्यंतर स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण समस्त शत्रु निर्मूलनं कृत्वा मम रक्षणं कृत्वा आत्मानुभवं प्रति प्रचोदनं कृत्वा अस्मिन् जन्मनेऽस्मिन् क्षणे एव परमात्मानुभवेन मुक्तिं प्रदेहि प्रार्थयामि सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः भारतवर्षस्यापि बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रुनिर्मूलनं कृत्वा सनातनधर्मस्य भारतवर्षस्य अभिवृद्धिं कृत्वा विश्वव्याप्तिं प्रदेहि ओम श्री चवन महर्षये नमः नाउ chant it ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम वैद्याचार्याय विद्महे महातपस्विने च धीमहि तन्नश्चवन महर्षिः प्रचोदयात् ओम श्री चवन महर्षिये नमः नमस्करोमि तव चरणौ शरणागतोऽस्मि प्रार्थयामि समस्त रोगान् निर्मूलनं कृत्वा मम रक्षणं कुरु समस्त शत्रु निर्मूलनं कृत्वा मम रक्षणं कुरु आत्मानुभव साधनेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव आत्मानुभवं प्रदेहि इति प्रार्थयामि देशस्य सनातनधर्मस्यापि संरक्षणं कुरु शत्रुनिर्मूलनं कृत्वा इति प्रार्थयामि ओम च्यवन महर्षिये नमः 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 च्यवन महर्षिये नमः च्यवन महर्षिये नमः ओम च्यवन महर्षिये नमः ओम च्यवन महर्षिये नमः ha special prayers to Chavana Maharshi to keep our health intact. With these prayers, he will see to it that the right food, right medicine, right doctor comes to us. Our prayers in this way, when we do, the grace comes in so many forms. Suddenly you discover a very good doctor with best of the study of your body and giving suggestion. And he himself procure medicine also for you. That is called divine grace. तब तक भटकते रहते, कोई डॉक्टर ठीक नहीं मिलता, कोई जो भी दवाई ले रहे काम नहीं कर रहा है. But with the mantra shakti, it will happen. That is why take the help of mantra. Also Oshadhi and also care. Dava dua dimag. Care means dimag. Dimag means carefulness. I think all these Chauhan, they must be belonging to the Chavana Maharshi Vamsha only. Chauhan log hote hain. Chauhan Maharshi. I don't know, I'm just saying. Now the last thing of the day today, after the first sadhana of Shanti mantras, Guru Parampara mantras, Sankalpa, Upanishad mantras, Upanishad adhyanam, then Veda Parayanam, Dhyana Purvaka Mantrocharana. Last one is the simple common sense thought today. है ना? What is the common sense thought? Only a give you a hint, remaining homework you do. है ना? The Lord has understood that we are matured sufficient enough to do our own homework. Or He has understood that we are lazy and irresponsible. है ना? That doing nothing. For both of us, this is what. There are two common sense thoughts today. The first one is, है ना, कि the convictional, if that word is there, the notional and the practical obstructions for our own spiritual sadhana. What are they which we are entertaining? Make a list of them. Make a list of the things which we entertain practically, notionally, as a conviction, because of which we are not able to do our own sadhana. The wrong intellectual convictions and all mental imaginations, notions, etc., and physically fully occupied in something or the other practically, that we are not able to give time for our sadhana. एक सबका लिस्ट आउट बनाओ पहले. दिस इज कॉल्ड द डायग्नोसिस एस्पेक्ट. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ना, हमको पहले डायग्नोस करना पड़ेगा. व्हाट आर द थिंग्स? लिस्ट देम practically. In what are the unwanted things we are involving and losing our time and energy. So too at the level of mind, the notions and emotions and confusions, sentiments, fears, वहम जो कहते हैं, so many we carry them. What are they? आप list out कर देना. And third one is the intellectual wrong convictions, which is a tough subject. The problem is we leave our convictions, and our convictions are only about the worldly type. That we are not even to think even little against it, something other than it. I know the conviction aspect is Jivosmi, Dehosmi, Jagat Satyatvam, and I want to be happy only in the world and with the worldly things. I am busy, I am always seeking the Chittasya Lalanam. You know, Visana, what is the Samadhanam definition? Note them down and then start eradicating one by one. Do it practically. Second common sense thought is, in the same way, what are the Atma Swarupa Lakshanas that we studied in Upanishads? Satyam, Sat, Chit, Ananda, then Nitya, Nirvikara, Akhanda, Ananta, you know, Niravayava, Eka, Advitiya, Shuddha, Sukshma. Write down some 25 words. You know, Ashabdam, Asparsham, Arupavacha, Tata Rasam, Nityam, Agandhavacha. We have all heard these things so many times. Having noted all of them, you know, either look for the self of this quality in ourselves or remain in that quality seated. This is called meditation. डेली 5 मिनट 10 मिनट सुबह दोपहर शाम. समझिए, खाने से पहले कि खाने के बाद? हाँ, खाने के बाद तो सो जाओगे आप, खाने से पहले. These two are today's common sense thought. You work on them. Write down all Atma Swarupa Lakshanas. Who is that Atma? I only know. So they are my Swarupa Lakshana. Either उसका अभ्यास करो या वैसे वाले आत्मा को अंदर ढूंढो. That is meditation. Like Nityam, it is said. So what is the Nitya in me? Search. Or say that I am the Nitya. I have nothing to do with the Anitya things. Anitya I am not. In that way, these two when we do, definitely we will help ourselves. As we said the other day, I think 2 days back, somewhere we have to start. And don't beat around the bush again and worry, tension, anxiety, or just to collect the information and give it back. And that husband gets frustrated. She is taking him to every shop. कोई चीज एक खरीद ही नहीं रही हो. How much angry he'll become. And she says in the next shop, देखते हैं उसमें. We are also, we attend to class, we listen. भाई खुद start भी करो कहीं. हाँ स्वामी, I have started. Congratulations. Wishes for you, blessing, prayers for you. If you have started it, good. If not, then start these two things. What are the things which are my convictions, notions, and practices which are not allowing me to do the sadhana? This topic yesterday we discussed in our Telugu Mandukya Upanishad class. सुखमाव्रियते नित्यं दुःखं विव्रियते सदा यस्य कस्य धर्मस्य ग्रहेण भगवान् असौ. Then अस्ति नास्ति वा पुनः चिरस्थिरो भयाभावैरावृणोत्येव बालिशः. These two shlokas. You have studied earlier also in Mandukya. Anyway, you know this. One list. And the second list is Atma Swarupa Lakshana. And I can in fact cannot order you, mera kya औकात hai. Can suggest you, I don't need to request. That message me the list of what you have written. It ensures कि आपने homework किया करके और मुझे भी idea आता है कि you are doing some thinking. Make me message कर दो मेरे को. Don't run away from the class. Even if you don't do homework, I'm not going to ask you. एक दो लोग बैठे हो, आप भी भाग गए तो मेरा क्या होगा फिर? I know that. So a suggestion is given that you can make the list of it, take a photograph, लिखो पेन से, उसका picture लेके you send me on my WhatsApp. Let me see it. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadaha Shrutimatre Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanastu. We'll study Gita for some time.